welcome to our webinar. We have myself, Broome and Sheri Meissner that are going to run the webinar for you today. And the topic for today's webinar is how to make the workshop model in your business, how to put it into your business. I am recording this so that for people that couldn't get on the call, they'll have an opportunity to hear the presentation and see the slides. And I will post the slides out there for you guys as well. I'm just going to talk here for just another minute because a bunch of people are coming on board right now and I don't want them to miss out on any of the information, so I'm going to just wait here one more minute until a few more people jump on and then we'll get started. Do you want to say hi, Sheri, real quick while we're meeting?
Hey everyone, I think this is a great, Anna did a great job throwing together this webinar after we talked yesterday so briefly and we were talking about it and all of a sudden she comes up with an amazing webinar for us. So thank you, Anna, for being so great at pulling these things together so fast.
Oh goodness, no problem at all.
I'm looking forward to seeing many of you at convention. So
yeah, tomorrow I need to get packing.
Me too.
Okay, so here is what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about what this plan is for this workshop model. There are so many of you on our team that already have an established base of customers that are expecting a certain level of service, and we understand that. And for the last year, I don't want to say we've been fighting it, but we've sort of been trying to teach everybody to go to the Youngevity model, to work with the Youngevity model, go to the Youngevity model. And this kind of is just a quick graphic to demonstrate how, we came from this party plan model and they're in a different place in this multi-level marketing model, and we didn't really know how to span the gap between that. So that's what we're sharing with you today, is that we've sort of been doing this but haven't really publicly said it. And so I wanted to put together a webinar based on talking to Sheri yesterday about how many on her team really needed, and I know the girls on my team needed it as well, this transitional business model where we can teach you how to still do a lot of the things you did in the party plan model to get your 30% commission off of your customer sales, but thinking about moving into the multi-level model for the future. So I want to show you guys just briefly how we make money at Youngevity right now, because I want you guys to get a really good grasp on why there's a difference between these two models. So this is an example of a Senior Executive Marketing Director, SEMD. And so this is somebody that's just at the beginning of the career plan. If you were back in the creative memory days, this would probably be like a unit leader, a new unit leader in the business. And this example is somebody that is recruiting consistently, somebody that's bringing in like maybe a new person every week. So 4 new CEOs in a month. With those 4 new people that they're bringing in a month, you're going to get this quick start bonus of 30% for those people. And in the mega packs that you're selling in the CEO kit, there is about $100 of commissionable bonus value that you receive commission on. So 30% of that for people is going to be about $120. If you're an SEMD, you're typically going to have group volume of about $5,400, maybe a little bit more. I'm sorry that my computer always flicks out whenever I do webinars. Sorry, all these little pop-up things. So approximately $350 is going to be what your paycheck's going to be from your residual income on your downline. And then with bringing in those CEOs, this is where the big bucket of money comes in, because you're getting $200 per new business builder when you're building your business in Youngevity. So that's a huge pot of money right there. So that's why we really, really liked this model, because when you're a new person bringing in people, you're getting paid really quickly and a lot of money for it. So you would be making $1,200 approximately in the month just on these 4 pieces, the CEO coding bonuses, the fast start bonus, residual income, and your quick start bonus. There's 10 ways that Youngevity pays you each month, and this is just 4 of them. So this is how their current model is set up, that you would have events, you would bring new people in, either as IMDs, which are independent marketing directors, or as CEO IMDs, which are independent marketing directors that purchase the CEO kit, and this is how you would get paid. What we're going to talk about today is how you can flip these cylinders and Instead, if you were an SEND that really just wanted to work the workshop outside order business model, you're somebody who's a great salesperson, you want to sell the product, and you're maybe not bringing in a lot of new people onto your team, but you're satisfied with where you are in your business, and you want to continue to service the people that come to your workshops and the loyal people that are purchasing from you on a regular basis. So this would be the paycheck of somebody who was selling about $2,000 a month, which that's about what an average unit leader would sell with our previous company. So somebody that's bringing in about $2,000 of sales in a month, basically through workshop and outside orders. So now your quick start bonus on that $2,000, because you're going to be making 30%, jumps up to the bigger cylinder here. You still have that team underneath you that's going to be selling about $5,400, so that's going to stay the same. But you're not bringing in those CEOs, so you're losing that the CEO coding bonus and the fast start bonuses. So this person's going to make about $950. So as you can see, this one is about $1,280. This one is about $950. If that is okay with you and you're happy with that, then we say go for it. There's nothing wrong with this business model. It's just a difference of $300, and if this is the way that you want to run your business, then we're happy for you to do that. So what is this transitional business model? It's not the core way that Youngevity does business, for one. They do business by bringing in people to make purchases from themselves. It's not the way that we recommend for new distributors to be brought into the business, because it's hard to get your customers. I mean, you guys know, some of you have been growing your business and your customers for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. So a new person, it takes a while to get those loyal customers that are consistently coming to you. So it isn't a fast, quick way for the new distributor. For a new distributor to make money fast, the first slide that shows you how when they bring 4 new people into the business is a much faster way to make money. But this is a totally legal and totally acceptable way to run your business. It's just not very duplicatable. And it's a very valid way of doing business, especially for those of you that have established workshops going right now. And if that's where you want to focus, then again, we're happy for you to run that model. We just want you to know that there's nothing wrong with this. There's no reason not to do it. It just wasn't the way that we were teaching people to do it, because it is very hard to duplicate this. And we wanted you to focus on bringing people in, new people to get started, and it would be really hard for them to jump in and have this workshop model. But we've been here a year, and I think that we're pretty established, and we're ready for you guys to take this back to your workshop. So Sheri, do you want to jump in and talk about who would use this model?
That sounds good. So like Anna said, this is for the person who holds the workshops that we, like you said, we already have an established customer base that they really do just like us taking care of them. They don't want to go order online. They like to have the service of us ordering for them and really kind of just holding their hand or taking care of them. Also, this is for someone who likes to or wants to or plans on collecting outside orders for customers to deliver to them. Like the other day, I had someone just emailing me saying she wanted 4 tape refills, and if I could just drop them off the next time that I saw her, no rush. And for me to call her and to explain to her that this company is different and that it's a distributor model and that really everyone just signs up and orders themselves, there's no doubt in my mind she just wouldn't have done it. She probably would have went to Walmart and bought the junky one. So,
Sheri, you sound really far away right now. Are you talking into your phone?
I am. I was talking on the speaker. I thought maybe I'd be okay. Is this better?
Oh, that's way better, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So if you have someone that just likes to email you some outside orders, especially when you're on the phone with them or on email, it's kind of complicated to, to explain how they would, join. And so it's easier if you would just order this way, get it to them. And then when I deliver, sometimes I just say, when I deliver this 4 tape refills, do you have 20 minutes that I could just kind of explain the company to you so they could kind of understand the different model and if they would like to join as a distributor. Anyone who has weekend retreats that you guys like to order raffles or goodie bag items, this is a great model for you. Or anyone that likes to have inventory at these retreats, not a lot of inventory, we never encourage that. We don't want you guys stuck with $10,000s of dollars. But if you want to have $10,000s of dollars of inventory or even a couple $100s of inventory to sell at a trade show, booth, or table, that's your business, and you get to run the business as you wish. So that's another person that might want to use this model. So this model is perfect for the customer who is not computer literate and does not want to order online. We all have them. My mother, she doesn't want to order online, she won't order online, and she is not computer literate. It is way faster for me just to take care of her and deliver when I see her. Or it can be shipped right to her. So this is also great for someone who is very inconsistent with her ordering. So, you know, if they just order once before a big retreat, this is a perfect model for those people, not people that work on their albums, you know, month after month and are consistently doing that. And this is also a great model for someone who will never add any team members, the person that has been coming to your crops for years, and no matter what you say, they don't ever bring new people, even anyone, to. They just want that time alone, and they will never add any team members to their business. This model is slightly different for digital, but it's definitely going to work. And I'm almost wondering, Anna, if we should just talk about it, and then we should talk about digital at the end after we explain a little bit more how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
perfect.
let's come back to that. I'm going to table that one.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right, Anna, what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this one.
All right.
How do I get the 30% commission? So first of all, in order to get that 30% Fast Start bonus or that 30% commission, you have to be at the IMD level, which is Independent Marketing Director, which means you have a $100 auto ship on file. And there's two ways to have a $100 auto ship. It's either by having the Gold Club with Heritage Makers, which is $100 a month, or if you have a $100 auto ship in the Youngevity, where you may have our Memories for Life products, or you might have any Youngevity brand item in your auto ship. And just remember that you can change your auto ship, what you want to be delivered every month. You can change that every month, month by month. So one time I might have an album and a pack of pens and a tape refills and a lipstick, and the next time I might have some medicine and some mineral makeup, or some vitamins and some mineral makeup. So, you know, you get to change your auto ship, and the great thing about the auto ship in Youngevity is that after the first order, you get free shipping on that. So that is a great perk. Then month after month, it ships out on the same day, so you just have to change what you want in there right before it ships, the day before it ships, and then you get free shipping on that. So first of all, you have to have the auto ship on file. Then what you'll have to do is, Anna's going to show you how, but you'll need to create a new preferred customer every 30 days if you hold a monthly event, or as needed if you don't do events as frequent. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to create a preferred customer under you. So what I do is I just name the person. This is my preferred customer's name, September Orders. Okay, and then October 1st, I'll make Mr. October Orders or Mrs. October Orders. And then every month, I'll make a new person at the beginning of the month, that any outside orders that it's easier for me to, you know, just like those people that we talked about, I'll put under that person. So whenever I have an order from my mom for 4 tape refills, I would go under September Orders and place it under that preferred customer per se. Okay, so that's like the name of our preferred customer. And as long as you do it, a new one every month, the reason being is that that 30% commission, or that 30% Fast Start bonus, is what you get on the first 30 days of new customers. So in the first 30 days of your new customers, you always make 30% if you have an auto ship. So if you set up a new preferred customer every 30 days, you'll get that 30% commission. Just note that you can't place more than $750 bonus volume in orders for each preferred customer. That's where it maxes out on. So you will, if you place a $1,000 order under this preferred customer, you will only get commission, the 30% on $750. So if you have more than $750, let's say you have a big retreat and you always have a few $1,000s worth of inventory and you know you'll sell it, or you know you're good with that, you just want to set up another preferred customer. So the process, if you know you're going over $750, then you just want to set up 2 preferred customers for that month. You'll set up September Orders, and then you'll set up someone that says September Retreat, and you'll set up another one if you go over $750. So when you order, a couple things you want to think about is how you will deliver and how you're going to charge shipping, because you're ordering for the people, okay? So you could use the flat rate of 8%, and you could put them all together in one order. So I could, at my monthly workshop, I could call this, my preferred customer could be September Workshop. That's their first and last name. And as people order, or they can even look on the computer, they can look and we can add it all to that cart. Okay, we can add it, and then it will be delivered to me, or it could be delivered to somebody, wherever that one location is, and then everyone just pays 8%. And then the next month, so in October, then I would deliver, because I don't really want to be driving around and delivering. But if you want to be driving around and delivering, you sure can do that. Otherwise, you can charge shipping based on the total and then just direct ship it to each individual. So when you go into order for, let's say Susie wants something, so I go under my customer named September Orders, and I put in Susie's order, and if it's under $80, her shipping is going to be $6.50. If it's over $80, her shipping is going to be 8%. I direct ship it right to Susie, and it's done. And then Jane comes up to me at my workshop, and Jane wants to order too. So then I go under my preferred customer account, so I open up September Orders, and and that person places another order. So now I put in Jane's address, Jane pays her shipping, and I ship it right to Jane. So that way I don't have to deliver, or if you don't think you're going to see that person again soon, you're able to just direct ship it right to them. So, obviously, you can only pay with a credit card. So if you're doing it all a big group, if all the people at the workshop are putting it together in one order, as long as it doesn't go over $750, remember that, you'll have to pay with your credit card. So as long as you're okay with collecting the checks or cash, just so you know, that's up to you, because you will pay on your card. So just kind of think about that. But it's kind of like what we did in the past world, so it's okay. Just remember, if you are charging, we would recommend you just charge them wholesale. These are like your preferred customers. And if they would log on to Youngevity, they would get preferred customers' prices anyway, the wholesale pricing. So we just recommend that you charge them wholesale like they would get as your preferred customer, and then you don't have to claim any extra income or tax information, because they're going to pay the wholesale pricing. It's under a customer, and you're going to make your 30% commission, which is great. But if you decide to charge them retail, which you can charge them any prices you want. I mean, if someone will pay you $50 for an album, you can charge whatever you want. But remember then, legally, you do have to claim the difference in your income, because it won't be in your reports. And you also have to, claim the extra sales tax that you collect. And Youngevity is not going to provide you with this information. So that's something kind of you're on your own for. So we just recommend you still earn your 30% if you order under September Orders, and then just charging them wholesale and shipping.
Okay.
So I'll let you. Yep.
You want me to
just have you do that maybe while you do it? Yeah.
Okay. So you pick your name, like Sherry said. You can call it the September Crop, monthly workshop, whatever works for you. You just create that name, and you are going to go to your my90forlife.com site. So it's whatever your idea is, whatever you've chosen that to be, and then My90forlife. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I'm going to set up my Croptoberfest, because I haven't done that one yet. And you're going to choose Join, which is at the top right. You have to remember not to lock.
Are you showing now or no? Are you showing now or no? You're just talking through it.
I'm just talking through it once, and then I'm going to show.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Just the regular one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not going to log in. You just want to make sure that you don't log in, because if you log in, then you're going to be yourself, not your preferred customer. So you want to make sure that you select the preferred customer and you fill in the information. So I'm going to show you right now how you do this. So I'm going to go to my site and make sure I'm not logged in here. And then you're going to click on Join, choose your country, and right here, it auto selects you to be an IMD, and you don't want to do that. You want to select preferred customer. So you're going to be the preferred customer, and actually, I'm going to do this. So my preferred customer is going to be October Craftoberfest. I'm going to use my own phone number. And this, you have to consider this, the email address. You can use your own email address for this, but when you log in, you have to remember not to log in with your email, but to log in with your ID number. Because if you log in with the exact same email that you've used for your regular account, the database isn't going to know which one you want to log into, so it literally randomly selects whichever the first one it grabs. So you could log into your regular account, or you could log into your preferred customer account. So I would recommend getting yourself a different email. So I use my home email address for all of my preferred customers, and then I have a work email address that I have for my actual Youngevity business. So I'm going to put in all of my information here. Get my birthday. I know you're all the sign know how old I am, right? Eastern time. Now you do get your own website for this, which is kind of handy if you want people to actually place orders on the site, but I'm just going to call it Oktoberfest. Oh, and it's available. Look at that. Now you guys won't be able to use Oktoberfest. Sorry. Okay, so once you have your password and everything in there and you hit submit, oh gosh, I do have to put my birthday in there. Let me go with that. Okay, wish me happy birthday in July. I probably don't have to put my real one, but okay. So now we have a preferred customer account. It's really just that simple. So now Oktoberfest is set up, and we have this account in here. So hopefully that was easy enough for you guys all to understand. Before I go on, does anybody have any questions? Are we good?
I don't see any.
Okay.
Actually, am I just supposed to be looking at the chat, right, section?
It says questions. You know what? I'm going to make you an organizer.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know if I see it. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So once you're on here, you can see there is your Youngevity ID for this preferred customer. So it has its own ID number because as a preferred customer, you can log in to place the orders. So there's your ID number. Okay, so now when you get, this is all prep work. You've done this before you even had your workshop because you have it all set up. I mean, you could do them all for the whole, well, you can't do them all for the whole year. You'd have to do them every 30 days because I guess you could do them. They don't count until you actually place an order. On the 30 days doesn't start ticking until you place an order. So if you wanted to, you could set them up ahead of time. But when you get to your event, this is what I recommend. I would recommend printing a paper order form and handing it out to those customers to fill out and collect the payment just like we used to do. Unless, like Sheri said, you had a laptop sitting there and they were, you know, wanting to order right then while you're talking through it, and they had their credit card out, you could direct ship it right to them as they order. But, you know, they're kind of, at least my customers, you know, they would have been used to just filling out that order form and handing it to me with their check or cash or whatever it was. So then you're going to, so once you've got all of the orders in hand and you have all the payments, you can do it the day of or the day after, or however you want to work it out. You're going to go back to that site, but you're going to log in as if you are the preferred customer. Remember, you don't want to log in as yourself, because if you log in as yourself, you're placing the order under yourself. So I'm going to go back in here, and when I'm logging in, I'm just going to copy this ID number right now so that I don't forget it. You don't want to log in, like I said, as yourself. You're going to log in as that preferred customer. It might take a minute.
Anna, somebody asked, well,
Yes.
first, it is free to sign up a preferred customer, just like it is for our customers to sign up for a preferred customer. It's free. But the other question was, why not Youngevity and why $9.90 for life? To me, it's the same thing. Basically, it just seems to work better for me. And do you have any reason besides, I know a couple?
No, you could go to the Youngevity one too. Either way, I can show you how that one works. There's like 7 different ways that you can do this. Lisa Nelson teaches everybody to go to the buyygui.com. You can go to youngevity.com, or you can go to my90forlife.com. It's really the one that you're the most comfortable with. So you can go to this site, which is youngevity.com, and you can go to you have to go to shop now, and then when you go here, it takes you to the buyygui, and this is where you can join.
I just think it's not visible. It's under.
Yeah, it isn't as visible at all. It's so like
it on top, but
it's not. It's everything's buried on there. That's why I like this one so much, because when you click this, it is just so. Oops, no, what is the other? It's just so clear. I either want to be an IMD or preferred customer. So it's really easy just to hit this and go forward with it. So that's why we like this one, because it's really
before we move on, I just want to answer a couple more of these questions.
Yeah, sure.
So since preferred customers are free, could you put the order in under your own name and information instead of a fake name, like Croptoberfest?
Oh, yeah, you can put your own. It's just so confusing then when you log in to see your own name 6 different times or 10 different times. So it's much easier to identify it if you put it in as something different.
And you want to, like, I always do it like September orders, October orders, November orders, or whatever workshop, because then you know which one you're supposed to be ordering under, because remember the 30% commission is only the first 30 days. And so if you put your own name in, that'd be very confusing, like, okay, when was that one started? And so that's why every month at the beginning of the month you start a new one, so you're not confusing yourself which one you should be ordering under, and then order under the new one.
Right.
And then someone else what the $10 membership is for, and we think we are going to cover that in a second. But we will cover that, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that more at the end. So I'm not gonna do a demo of how to order, because hopefully most of you already know how to actually fill the cart with your product. So once you're logged in there, then you could just fill the cart with all the products like we talked about for the entire workshop, or you could do single orders and direct ship them at a time, and then check out and do either one of those choices. I can go back and show that at the end if we have time, but I just want to make sure we get through the rest of this.
Anna, can you tell them where to find the paper order form?
Yeah. Well, there's 2 different places. If you log into your back office, well, this is what I've been using. I don't use the one that has all of the things listed on it, and I'll tell you why. Because every single time we add a new product, somebody has to update that order form, and you have to print it out again. And I would prefer to have a blank one that doesn't have any products and any pricing and anything on it, because otherwise I'm going to constantly be printing new things, because at the rate we add new products, that doesn't seem to be like the best use of printing for me. So you go to new orders, and down on the very bottom here, there are sales tools. And in your sales tools, you see all of the other stuff as I'm scrolling. Closer, there it is. Here is a product order form, and they're just blank. $6.25. I thought it would blow up bigger, but you can't really see it any bigger. But basically, it's just got credit card information, product, SKU number, total, and it's just a blank order form. Who's billing, who's shipping, and you can put your stamp at the top. It's a pull-apart carbon copy order form that you can get. So that's what I use. If you want the ones that have all of the Our Memories for Life products on it, people have posted those in our Fusion site, ones that they've personally made. So you can look for those and you're welcome to use them, but just remember that somebody has to go in and update it every time we add new products, so it's not very timely. Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No new catalogs for our Memories for Life, but I'm guessing sure they're coming soon. I know new Heritage Makers ones are coming at Showcase or convention.
Yeah, actually, Our Memories for Life will be in the Heritage Makers one that's coming out this week. We'll get them at convention. And I'm going to do a plug for the marketing committee that we're on. We're coming out with a brochure. We'll have the proofs of them to show at the women's event. And it's a 16-page brochure that has 2 pages of each of the product lines. So it'll be 2 pages of Heritage Makers, 2 pages of Our Memories for Life, 2 pages of mineral makeup, 2 pages of essential oils, just the top products in each category, Soul Purpose, MK Collab, Youngevity, so that we can have just a quick thing to hand out to customers to kind of explain the concept of the whole Youngevity shopping mall experience. So we'll have those too.
One more question that came in is, what's the advantage of putting all the orders under Craptoberfest versus signing up the individuals as preferred customers? And you have to kind of go back to the reason of who you would do this for, and we're going to talk about changing this over in a second. But remember, this is the person that, very, oh, that's coming up. Oh, yeah, that one. So, like, person that's computer literate, won't order online, who doesn't offer, order consistently, who's not going to add new team members. Because if you sign up that preferred, let's say I signed up my mom as a preferred customer, and the first month she orders her 4 tape runner refills, I make 30% commission on that because I have a $100 auto ship. So then in 3 months from now, my mom wants to order 2 tape runner refills. So she would go in there, and I would probably have to do it for her because she's not computer literate, and then at that point, I would only make 8% because you make 8% on your first line after the first 30 days. And so that way is if now I put my mom tape runner refills, on my December orders instead of going under my mom's name, because my mom's not going to go online and order, then I'll still make 30% commission on those orders.
And remember, ladies, we're not telling you to do this.
No.
We're telling you to do this. We want you to be in the model where you have the preferred customer signed up. The reason that we're even showing you this is that there are a lot of people that are holding crops that they just can't figure out how to get all of the people at the crop to order, and the people want them to be serviced. They want to be serviced. So we're just showing you an alternative.
Right, for those some people, not everyone, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more. Not most of my people are ordering as their own preferred customer. Only a handful that either won't order online or order so inconsistently, or they email me and I don't want to have to explain it over the phone how to sign up. I just want to just do it and then show them once I deliver the things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or this is a perfect model for when you have a weekend retreat and you have goodie bag items. A lot of us are used to building in $20 or $25 of retail products into our goodie bags. Yes, so now you have a preferred customer that you have the cash that you got when you collected your retreat registration. So you're going to order those all together under your own account, well, your preferred customer account, so that you're getting a commission. But you're not going to tell the people coming to the retreat, oh, can you order your $20 goodie bag item and just don't pay $20? They're going to go, okay, I just won't pay $20. I don't need that item.
Right.
So hold on the questions for 1 second. I just want to explain how you get paid or when you get paid, because that's another thing that comes up all the time, is you're getting that 30% quick start bonus on the total bonus value, and it is paid weekly. However, 26% of it is going to show up on your weekly check, and the following 4% is going to show up on your monthly check. And the reason for that is that 4% shows up on whoever account the order is at their first level on. So if you move that preferred customer, because you can move preferred customers, so if you move that preferred customer to another team member for some reason, you would lose the 4% of the 30, and you'd only get 26%. So just keep that in mind, that that little 4% extra gets paid on the monthly paycheck. So this is what Sheri was talking about that we're going to get to. Why not stay with this model forever, right? Why not stay doing the workshop model forever? Do you want to talk about this, Sheri, or do you want me to do it?
Sure. Well, I'll start and you can add in. So you can, if you want, but just keep in mind that number one, these customers don't count in your career plan advancement. So if you look at the career plan and the compensation guide, as we want to move up to the RMD and the SCMD levels, they don't count in that because they are not the $10 distributors or the CEOs on our team. They do count in our volume. So as an EMD, you need a $1,000 group volume. So they'll count in your volume, and you're going to count in your paycheck, but they're not going to count in your structure for your rank advancement. So I can't consider September orders to be one of my $100 people on my team. And so that is one of the big reasons that you know, if that's why this is for that person that doesn't order very often or that workshop. It's not real duplicatable for a new customer distributor, but for many of us, we do have a huge customer base, so that's why we're sharing this, but it's not the model that Anna and I are running in our business, and it's not what we really encourage, especially for new people, but we do feel like there's purpose for some of these situations that we hope we're explaining. It's definitely not a model for growth. It's definitely a maintenance. You know, people aren't, well, I think we talked about that next slide, so I'll wait. It also doesn't allow your customers that shopping experience where they're going to most likely see things that the other Youngevity, in the Youngevity mall, what the other stores offer. So if you are just always taking their order off the order form and you're only sharing the Our Memories for Life products with them, they're not going to even see that there's a mineral makeup store or an essential oil store. And what I'm finding is that when people are buying themselves, then they say, hey, I heard about that peppermint oil. I'm going to throw that in my cart and try it because they see that. Or, oh, I've heard about, you know, my mineral makeup's gone. Well, maybe I'll just buy it for myself, and they'll throw that in their cart as well. So they won't even see it if you don't show them. So that's why if you do this model at a workshop, I would kind of encourage you to make sure you have share the other stores and what's available to them to purchase if they want at wholesale, and or show it to them on the website so they can see the other product lines as well. You definitely have to work more hours to get paid the same amount of income. I love the idea that I'm not keeping track of any of that stuff, orders, delivering. I really like that. But if you definitely want to run this business, we definitely say go for it. Or maybe what I see is, for me right now, is a transition time. There's definitely some customers that just need me to take care of them, and I don't want to just, you know, say goodbye to them. So I will do it with this model. So part of my business, a small part of my business, will be run this way, and the most of my part of my business is going forward with the Youngevity model.
Yep. That's exactly what I just want to reiterate what you said, Sheri, that I'm not running my business in this model, but there's pockets of times where I use this. Like I use this for my digital weekend because I have a lot of money in goodie bag items and things that I need to order and raffle prizes and stuff. So I'll use this for that type of an event. Another thing that this will work for, we don't have a slide on this specifically, but I just want to mention it because Sheri talked about it in the beginning, is for the digital side of things. So I run a lot of digital group business. That's always been a big part of my business, where I make yearbooks for the baseball teams and the football teams. And so when you're doing these big group orders, this is the time where that would come into play. But not everybody has to do that. It isn't duplicatable. I know that from the past, that not everybody has a football team that they need to run yearbooks for. So it's not something that we're going to teach to people, but it's an option if that's something that you choose to do in your business. So we just want to reiterate again, this is not the Youngevity way of doing things, but it is completely 100% acceptable to run it this way, and we welcome you to do this if this is the way you want to run your business. We're not going to tell you don't do it this way. It's not the right way. There's no right or wrong. It's however you want to do the business. You just go for it.
And just to bounce off of the digital, what you would do is you would go into your Heritage Makers page, and instead of, I would go to heritagemakers.com/Sheri Meissner, and then in the upper right-hand corner, I would sign up. So I would sign up as a new preferred customer in digital, and I would name them, you know, digital September orders or whatever that might be. And then you're going to get a Heritage Makers ID number, right, just like you would for the Youngevity side. Same difference, just this is digital. And then what I did was I went to my if you have a group project, I went to my personal account where I made the thing. I mean, you could make it in there too, but I guess I had already made it in my account, and I just shared it to the Heritage Makers account number. So I shared it to them, and then I ordered it under them. But man, if I would have been thinking, I would have set that up right away, and then I would have just made it in there and then ordered it. And since that's a new customer, then it's the 30% commission as well.
All right. Sorry, I was answering some questions. I'm just looking in here. See if anybody. Oh, I think you already answered some.
I think I have.
Oh. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So transitioning these customers to distributors. So this is a question that came up earlier, right? That why would we want them all to be the $10 distributors? Well, we for sure would love for all of them to become $10 distributors. So when you want to start looking at when you want to transition that person from the preferred customer ordering that you've been doing for them into somebody that's going to order for themselves. And really, if they're consistently spending $50 a month with you, they could be a $10 distributor, because then they'll be getting commission if anybody comes along with them. You know, if they're spending that kind of money, they're set up in the career plan to start earning those referral fees. When they're consistently bringing you friends that are ordering, they could be earning the referral fees on each one of them. So if every time you're holding a crop, people are coming with them and they're bringing more and more people to you, I mean, this is just like in our old business. You know, those are the people that you want to be distributors on your team. So it goes back to that first page where we talked about the people that are computer literate, where we do have people that just want to be serviced and they don't want to deal with any of this. So you can offer that to them, but for anybody that's consistently spending money or bringing you lots of new people, we definitely recommend that you start transitioning them to the $10 distributors. And so what are the benefits of doing that? Once they pay that $10 membership, that one-time membership, which gets them lifetime forever into Youngevity, or once they join as a $4.99 CEO, again, they start to count in your career plan for rank advancement. Until they do that, their volume counts, but they don't count for you as part of your career plan. They begin to earn commission. We call it a referral fee when it's smaller, because they're going to get money for each new person that joins with them. And they're going to enjoy the same discount they had as the preferred customer. And you're still going to earn residual commission from their purchases. And now you're going to have the bigger opportunity to get commission from all of their friends, the ones that you don't even know yet, in all of those purchases too. Any other questions on that?
A couple of questions. I don't know if it was on that, but I'm going to get the questions out here. So for the digital, it says, don't you be careful about Premier artwork? And yes, you do. So, but if you're doing a group project, I'm guessing, like myself, I would buy that person, like it's probably going to be more than, you know, $40, or I wouldn't bother with it. So I'm for sure buying the Gold Club. The preferred customer will sign up for the Gold Club, so the Premier artwork will be open, and then I'll just cancel that Gold Club. So that's not really an issue, because otherwise, if it's only like $20, you wouldn't, you know, probably maybe even deal with it. And so make it where, I'm not sure what that means.
Like if you're doing something like a big project, I set mine up for the entire year to run the Gold Club, so that I'm paying $100 every month, and then when it comes around to the year, I have $1,200 worth of points in there, you know. Go ahead.
It says, would this also be an acceptable way to place orders over and above your required? Yes, unless I think different. So like if it's above, like, so we always say don't place more orders under your personal than what your personal qualifying volume needs to be for the level of rank that you're at, or the level of rank that you're shooting to reach for. So if you are an SEND right now, your personal qualifying volume for the month is 250, and you don't ever, I mean, you don't want to go significantly over the 250 because you're not getting commission on that. So yeah, this would be a good time to set up a preferred customer, right, Anna? That's what.
Oh yeah. Or if you have, you know, this is like, it depends how much you're ordering too, because if you have like a spouse or kids or somebody else, you could always put the order under them to get them to where they need to be. If they're one of your R&Ds, but once you pass those, for sure. Yep.
Let's see.
Somebody said, would you put your orders for your personal use in your order for September workshop? Only if it was not, if I didn't have enough in my own personal volume.
Right.
So if you decided that this month you wanted every one of the cardstocks that just came out and all the travel collection and all the border makers and all of everything, and you realize, oh my goodness, all the new cover sets, it's going to be $720. Well, if you only need $150 to stay in RMD, then yes, I would do 150 of it as my personal volume, and then the other 500 I would put under another order underneath me to make the 30% commission. So Alice is asking, do we get commission on our own orders placed under our own name? No, you don't get commission on your orders. That's why they don't call it a sales quota. It's not a sales quota. You have a personal purchase requirement, your personal qualifying volume. There's so much that you have to personally buy every month in order to earn the right to get commission. And it starts as low as $50. So if you're going to spend more than $50 in a month, and you're a junior independent marketing director, and you have nobody on your team, let's say, then yes, you would want to set up a preferred customer account. Actually, I would recommend you at least spend $100 because you're going to get more commission at the $100 level, and then you place the second order. And
that's a good point to reiterate that. Remember, you have to have a $100 order in order for this Fast Start 30% to kick in. So if you don't have any, like let's say you don't, because you don't have to place an order every month, but then commission doesn't kick in, like she said. So you have to be at the $100 level. So that's a level that we really encourage you to work towards, and because then this will kick in. So you can't have $10 in orders and then expect a 30% commission, because that's not, you have to have $100
right.
in. But that's all you have to have, so depending on what you have underneath you. The cool thing, too, about Youngevity is that, let's say life happens in 1 month, you just can't put that $100 order in. It's okay if you skip that month. I mean, you know, if life happens and you can't do that, the next month, if you do get back to the $100 level, all the orders of the people underneath you come back to you. So it's not like you lose your team and lose your commission forever. You just lose it for that 1 month. So. But that makes the auto ship so convenient, whether you do the auto ship, because you don't have to overthink it. You can just, it's there for you. It's all set up.
All right. Well, I hope that this helped you guys to kind of get to visually see how you can make that 30% commission off of your fall events, and you still are able to do things similar to how we did them in the past, and start to transition towards this new model. But I know going cold turkey into it is a little hard because it's totally different. It's a lot of change, and we've been through a lot of change over the last year or so. I'm actually really starting to feel comfortable now and feel like we have our cadence going, and hopefully 2015 will actually just be tweaking all of the things instead of trying to figure them all out, right?
Anna, someone asked about where this will be posted for a recording.
I am going to email it out. It takes a little while for the posting or the recording to finish, so it'll probably take about an hour. And then I will email it out to everybody in an email, and then I'm also going to put it out in Team Fusion so that everybody can use it. So it'll be in both places.
Okay. And then the other thing is someone asked is, can you set up an auto ship for your makeup name like Craptoberfest? The reason you wouldn't want to, I mean, you could, but the whole point of this idea is that we make the 30% commission for these weird orders, kind of orders that we've explained come in. So if you set up an auto ship, that's fine. The first month you would make your 30%, but then the second month, so if in like November I order under Oktoberfest and it's past my 30 days of being Oktoberfest new, or first 30 days, then it's going to go down to the 8% commission you're going to make. So it's kind of the purpose is that why we wouldn't want to do that.
Right. Now, if you have like a customer or something, like Sheri was talking about her mom, if her mom says, hey, Sheri, can you grab me some tape runners, you certainly can throw those into your auto ship if she needs them right away, and your auto ship's coming, and you can always add on to it. It's just you're not going to make that extra 30%.
Right.
I wouldn't do it for like a bunch of orders. Somebody's asking about, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was just going to say somebody's asking about if we do regular webinars. And Team Fusion does do regular webinars. They have 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. Not every Tuesday, though. It's like the second and the fourth Tuesday. And then sometimes they'll throw in a specialty one on the last Tuesday. So those are the ones for all of Team Fusion for the whole group. And then there's leader webinars on Mondays at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. But we just kind of pull these things out as we find them necessary. Like literally, I was talking to Sheri on the phone yesterday, and we're like, let's do a webinar on this. So we just threw it together, and they'll always be recorded. So we'll send them out to you all in recording. So you don't have to worry if you can't hop on. You can listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a need arises, this is exactly the conversation Anna and I were having, and Anna's like, well, let's do a webinar. When should we do it? Let's do it tomorrow. So I think, you know, like she said, we'll record them, but I think
and there's never going to be a great time. I know that for you guys. I'm selfishly doing them during the day. I'm going to be honest, I selfishly don't want to do them in the evenings, and I know that doesn't work for some of you that work, which is why I'm recording them so you can listen at your own time.
Someone asked if there's an advantage of signing up this retreat preferred customer under your spouse. So if you have your spouse signed up underneath you, yeah, there is an advantage, but just remember that you need to be at the volume you need to be at, and he needs to be at the volume he's at. So he has to have a $100 auto ship, okay, or $100 in volume, and then if you place the person under him, then right, he would make the 30. If you put the preferred customer under your husband, he would make the 30% commission, right? And then since you're his upline, you would make the 8, right, Anna?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
but you have to make sure that you're both at the.
Yeah, but here's the tricky thing. I hate to throw math. That's why I was trying to do all these slides.
Okay,
but
sorry.
just know the month. No, that's okay. It's a good point. But so visualize the month that you get the 30%, your upline gets half the commission. So if you normally would get 8%, right, you get 4% that month. They cut
you would get that's right.
By,
so if your husband gets the 30% commission, then you would only get 4% commission that month. Right. That's right.
Right.
So but you would get an extra 4%. So
yeah, for sure. It's still extra money. So you could set your preferred customer account up under your husband if you wanted to. All right. Is there anything else, any burning questions that anyone has? It says, are you finding that you're making more money in this company? Yes, we are. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, no, really. I think the reason that we feel like we're making more money in this company is because people are empowered to order on their own, and they're ordering more consistently, and they're ordering maybe lower amounts. Like what I had in my Creative Memories business was that people would order, $400 at once or $200 at once, but they would only do that hit or miss when I saw them or when they came to an event. So I'd have these huge peaks and valleys, where I knew in the fall I was going to have great sales months, but I need to work every single weekend in the fall to get those sales consistently coming in. Or in this model where we're teaching them to order what they need every single month, maybe they are only spending $100 a month or $50 a month, but they're ordering every month. And so your sales become so much more consistent and dependable that, and I don't think you have to work nearly as hard as you had to.
And I'd like to share on that too is that, yet I'm not making what I ended with Creative Memories, but I was with Creative Memories for 11 years and had a huge, extremely time-consuming personal business. And I was with 11 years, so I don't expect to make the same amount of money in 6 months, but I am I'm going to be in a year, I'm guessing by my 1-year anniversary, I'll be very close. But it's just, like Anna said, it's so much easier because I'm teaching people to order for themselves. And what I love about it is that not only do I have a traditional line that they can buy for and a digital line that they could buy for, just like they could do with, our last business, but they also have all these other lines that you can try. And you know what? The quality of all the lines in Youngevity are fantastic. I have never heard anyone say they bought something and they thought it was terrible. So they are happy with what they're getting, and they're trying different things, and we have this big mall to shop from. So not only do we have photos, which is maybe my main passion, which is obviously my main passion, but people can try these things, and I love that I don't have to be the all-knowing on these other things. They can just research them and learn about them, and then they can order them, and they're buying them wholesale. So I love that I don't feel like I'm selling them this stuff and trying to sell this stuff. They are just buying it themselves, and they're trying it because they want to. And I share about these other stores in Youngevity, but it's so much easier. Like just the idea of not having to do paperwork every month and doing a lot of deliveries every month and orders and keeping it all straight. Oh my gosh, you know, I don't care if my paycheck's a little down right now. I love it. And I can totally see that in time, in not 11 years, I will, if I continue to share as much as I have been, and I am, you know, at least 2 or 3 or 4 times a month, that is I keep sharing all of Youngevity, not just Heritage Makers or not just our Memories for Life. Absolutely, absolutely.
And that is a really good point of what Sheri said, that it took 11 years to get to where you were, and some of us it took, you know, I don't know, people were with previous company 20 years, so you can't expect that every single person is going to replace what their income was in 6 months and end with a new company. We're all just learning what we're doing. And I was definitely blessed to be one of the first people that came over, but I've been here a year now, so I do have a little bit more time than the rest of you. So if some of you came on maybe just 6 months ago, in another 6 months, I mean, the whole world can change in this company. You could be making double what you're making right now. I mean, who knows, you know, where things will be. And the way that they're growing and just all of the momentum, one of the things that was the most exciting for me was to find out when we came on a year and a half ago, when we came on, they had just started their progression of buying companies to expand their mall, and they went from being a $16 million company. Now a year and a half later, they're on target this year to be a $120 million company, and their goal is to be a $5 billion company in 5 years. You know, we're just coming in at the time when this is like huge momentum taking off. So there's just an incredible amount of opportunity in being in the right place at the right time. I feel like our timing is really, really good here. So.
Anna, this is a great question, and I'm going to let you answer. Do you have to have a $100 auto ship in Youngevity or the Gold Club, or can it just be $100 orders?
No, it has to be an auto ship. That's a great question. So
yeah.
You can't just place, if you have a bronze club and then you do a $30 vitamin order and then another $70, you know, maybe lipstick order, makeup order, whatever, it doesn't count. It has to be either, you can have a $50 gold club and a $50 auto ship, and they can combine those together, so that will count as a $100, but it can't be a bunch of small orders that equal 100. It has to be an auto ship. So the best way to do that is either to get on Gold Club or to do a Youngevity $100 auto ship. And yes, the auto ship can be, okay. Yeah, I was just going to say, 8 10 points is the Gold Club. Mm-hmm.
And someone asked how many months from 16 million to 120 million?
They said it's been about a year and a half. So they're on target to finish out 2014 at 120 million. So that's where we're on track. And I mean, just in our numbers alone, the last couple of months haven't been growing as fast as they were in January, February, March, April. But I expect here now in October, November for us to really see some big growth, because this is our time. I mean, this is the scrapbook season. So when you guys get going on your crops and your holiday open houses and all of that, and gosh, the digital, that was like the craziest time last year to tell you. For the digital, it's booming here. You know, when everybody starts making their holiday gifts and their cards and their calendars and their mugs, I mean, there's just an incredible amount of chatter about all of the fun digital things for Christmas. So I just expect it's going to blow it out of the park this year.
So Anna is going to email this recording out to our teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you'll find that, and you can share with your team.
Yep. Yeah, and if we need to do another one after we get back from convention, I can run this again. I can do another one for anybody who, if you just aren't getting it or you need more help or whatever. I'm happy to do it again. It's no problem. We leave tomorrow for Las Vegas, so we'll be out of commission until Monday next week. So we'll be posting on Facebook and sharing all the exciting stuff. But hopefully this is enough information to get you to be able to do your crafts over the weekend. If anybody has any, place your orders. If you have outside orders you want to collect, and to feel a little more confident about being able to get that 30% commission.
one thing, I know we're at 2 o'clock here, but one thing, someone asked, you can do the silver and the $50 auto ship, but I remember you telling me that if you do $50, like a silver club and a $50 auto ship in Youngevity, it does count as your $100 auto ship, but it isn't calculated till the end of the month. And the other thing you want to think about, so because they manually adjust that, so you just won't expect that to like your final paycheck of the month. The other thing you want to think about is that if your club, say like my club, if your club doesn't run till the end of the month, like the 20th or 21st, is that prior to that, I won't, right? It doesn't, does it calculate the 30% or does it does now, as long as it's on file?
As long as there's something on file, it'll calculate it, but it doesn't have any way to track a gold club, so it won't calculate it if it's just a gold club. If you have a Youngevity auto ship on file that doesn't run until the 20th of the month, it'll calculate it because it knows it's there. It has this, but not the gold club. Those have to be manual.
So, right.
But
so
remember, this all is transitioning in the next couple of weeks. Because by the end of October, we'll be able to put our gold clubs in our Youngevity auto ship. So that will be a moot point.
Okay.
Hopefully, the beginning of October.
Yep. So that'll all be fixed with the merger of.
Yeah.
Be soon.
Yep. Very soon. Well, thank you all, and I hope this was helpful. And like I said, as soon as the recording's done, then I will send it on out to everybody in an email, and I'll post it out in Fusion.
Okay. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks, Sheri, for helping me with this. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of your edits to my PowerPoint, too. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine.
Bye. Bye.